Hola.
I think that's good.
Step up, come on, baby. Step up, baby. Come on, step up. Good boy. Soft boy. Soft.
I like this. I don't have to put any special pants on. I have pants on.
Yeah, she's wearing pants.
I just don't my nightgown pants on. I'm tired and I'm lazy. Come here. Oh, great. Will you plug that in, please?
Yes.
Oh.
Do me a favor.
Here, step up, Enzo.
Birds over camera.
Will you lift it up?
With like a book?
Yeah, or even that.
Hmm?
Put it on that. Like even on that.
Okay. Let Mike see.
Perfect.
Hola, everybody. Welcome.
Perfect. Yay. That's way better. Oh, you did not. You're a bad bird.
What are you doing?
You're a bad poopy bird. Can you get some baby wipes to clean that up?
Yes, ma'am.
Cochino.
Cochino, bad boy.
All right. I don't know why I mimic him always.
I'll teach him to continue.
Where's the trash can?
It's over there. Let me take it to the trash for you since I'm over here.
All right. So we are. This is a disaster waiting to happen. We are
Baking. I am.
Good Lord. Banana. It wouldn't be a cooking with Corsos without crazy dishes, wouldn't it? Classy dishes. Let me get his stand. You guys, quiet. Misha. No. Quiet. None of that. Alright.
What is Mom cooking? That is the answer. Mom,
What?
shall I show them what you're cooking?
Yeah.
Steak. Pretty good.
It's what's for dinner.
Dinner.
Here, move that chair. There you go. There you go.
I'm making cupcakes.
And Savannah's making the cupcakes. Watch
Yeah.
out. Preacher, get out of the way, bro.
Preacher, skedaddle.
There's a bird.
Bird
For your amusement.
He whistles.
I'm going to go start the fire. Savannah, will you monitor on the iPad and answer questions in the meantime?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Or you don't need those yet.
But I do need to season them. It's late, but we're just getting started, so.
Good night, Connor.
Good night, Connor. All right.
I know it's late, sorry.
You don't need that on yet, do you?
Need what?
Or are you gonna?
Well, I said it
So.
said to preheat it, but.
All right, no, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm gonna use. Is this what I used last time? You liked this, right?
Yes.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use the Weber steak and chop seasoning. Steak seasoning, bruh.
Happy boy. Whoa, my face is white.
Yeah, it's because of the overhead lighting. We have no lighting set up right now, so
How do y'all like your steaks?
you're seeing
Good.
us with all of our overhead lighting glory.
Thank you, Angela, for the donation.
Okay. Yeah, literally, these are my PJs, y'all.
That's Mom's PJs.
Quarantine, don't care. I tried from the waist up. That's all I could manage today.
Have you decided on the new parrot's name? No.
No. It's been a really stressful day, y'all. I made a video. You guys will find out now, but I made a video about an update on Rhino, and I'm going to post it tomorrow. I haven't edited it yet, but basically, I've been working all day, contacting people that don't even like me, trying to get someone to help out because the shelter that has him will not adopt him out to the public. And right now, they're basically deciding whether or not they're even going to adopt him out at all. I'm assuming that this has to do with the complaint that the second adopter had about him biting her. And so I think that when a dog that's in a shelter environment bites somebody, there's always a liability issue of adopting that animal out again. And I think that they're basically deciding on whether or not they want to do that or not. And I don't know what else we can do because I'm not there. I'm not really in communication. I'm really kind of just taking my cues from the woman that is with Hand Over Rover. And so I talked to her today, and she told me that they're only willing to let him go to a rescue. And so they had to find a rescue that could take him. And even having said that, it's not a guarantee that he can even go to a rescue. So, but she said it would help if we could find somebody. So I spent a good part of the day just contacting everybody that I know, even people that don't like me, trying to get them to take the dog because, because I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I haven't met the dog, so I have no way of knowing what this dog is like. But what I can say is that the dog spent its life in a house with a child and didn't bite anybody. He tore up the furniture, but he didn't bite anybody. And he even did well being introduced to a new dog and playing, which honestly I don't think enough people understand how to take an adult Corso and have it play with another dog. I don't know if it was a male or female, but it's just like that's a very risky kind of situation. And
hi Reese.
And so, hey Reese. And so, and he did well in that. The only time there was a problem was when they introduced toys into the mix, and there's no telling who started it. And I told you guys I used to breed pit bulls, and I did not have toys for that reason because they will fight over toys. Even my dogs, I don't have toys here. You know what I mean?
And we don't like when people bring toys to dog parks.
Yeah, and I don't like it. Yeah, people, when people bring toys to dog parks, I'm not a fan of it. So I have a hard time believing that this is just a dog that wants to bite people. This dog has been put in so many stressful situations. Usually that kind of behavior shows itself. Like, why didn't he try to bite any of the people at the shelter? Things like that. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. Totally fine with being wrong, but just the way that I'm seeing it with what information I have available to me, I have a hard time believing it. And then combine that with the fact that the woman wouldn't refuse to show any evidence that she got bit, to me is a major red flag. And so I feel inclined to try to help him because we live in a nation where people, and they are people, are innocent until proven guilty. And I don't see why that shouldn't be extended to this dog right now. When it comes to their life, you know what I mean? I do believe that evidence should be required that the dog is a liability. So, like I said, I've reached out to a lot of people. I've even reached out to people that are really good with problem dogs, if in fact he is a problem dog. And I don't know yet what's going to happen. It makes me really sad. I hate to hear about an animal potentially losing its life, whatever the animal is. And it scares me for any of my puppies. You know, I try hard. We have agreements. We have contracts to keep people from doing that kind of thing. But when I hear about this kind of thing, it just scares me because I really thought, I'm not going to lie, I really thought that most shelters were no-kill shelters. I know Austin is. And I really thought, like, Los Angeles, California, are you serious? Like, aren't they supposed to be super progressive? How is it that they still have kill shelters? That's shocking to me. That is absolutely shocking to me. So, I don't know. I'm praying that he makes it. I'm praying that he, you know, that somebody helps him out and gives him an opportunity to have a good life.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know Reese had a live stream like an hour ago.
Did she really? Reese had a live stream about an hour ago?
Yeah, they said, Julian, thank you for the donation. They said, hey Rachel, I watched Reese's live stream like an hour ago. I was wondering if you think Belladonna will eventually overrate Blondie and become alpha. She seems like she has potential.
No.
Blondie has been on a rampage and trying to let people know she is the new queen and she is taking the throne.
Yeah, Blondie has taken full reign of the crown. So anyway, no, I don't think so. I'm sad that I missed Reese's live stream. Reese, you should have said something. I would have popped in. I think I was outside doing that video, but I would have made time. Anyway, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna get my grill started. Savannah, can you answer?
Talk to you guys.
Can you answer questions?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm gonna let these. Actually, you know what? I gotta put some oil on them. I forgot.
Let's see. I think Belladonna's too childish and lower in rank. FYI, I love you and your dog.
Thank you.
I think that like she is pretty submissive whenever it comes to some of the older dogs.
Yeah.
She can be pretty submissive.
She knows her place.
Yeah.
She's not gonna move up until. Honestly, I don't know that she will move up because Blondie's not going anywhere.
No.
You know what I mean? Blondie's staying with us. So I don't think she'll ever move up, to be perfectly honest with you.
Or Velocity.
Velocity has whoa! Velocity has absolutely no need nor want to run anybody anymore.
Yeah, no.
She's like a daydreamer. She's in her head. You know what I mean? She's living her own best life. She just doesn't want to be messed with. I did see she was like running today and Blondie kind of like went to go get after her and Velocity basically just like kind of like saw it coming and kind of just didn't do an aggressive like rawr, but just kind of let her know like you know, and Blondie kind of backed off. So there's not friction there, but you know, like I said, Velocity doesn't want to rule, but she doesn't want to be messed with either, which is actually
normal,
quite similar to me.
She doesn't want to rule.
Yeah, I hate the pressure of like being in charge, which is funny considering my channel and all that stuff. But when it comes to like groups of people and stuff like that, I'm never one to like fight to be the leader.
But she also doesn't want to be told.
But I don't want to be told what to do either.
Which is why she doesn't like having like
I'm like, you guys do what you want. Job. You know what I mean? Like, just you know, leave me out of it. And
how's the new bird doing? We don't have the new bird yet, you guys.
Yeah, we don't have the new bird yet. He doesn't.
Far too young.
Yeah, he doesn't come home for another 2 months probably.
Speaking of that, you gotta order his cage.
Yeah, which gives me time to try to get a cage and all that stuff because those things are made in China, and everything is like been hard to get, unfortunately. All right, boom shakalaka, bam, y'all. This steak sauce is our steak powder, whatever you want to call it, seasoning is actually really good. We made steaks with it the other day.
We eat steak a lot, you guys.
We do eat steak a lot. Not because we're like bougie, just because that's all they have at the store right now. As far as beef is concerned, which we eat a lot of beef.
We eat a lot of meat, just in general.
Yeah, we eat meat. Meat. And then I bought some salad stuff, but I can't.
Have we seen Blair anymore?
I can't get her to eat her. No. In fact,
I've tried to catch her multiple times.
She went back into hiding. That's how bad it is.
And I accidentally caught a possum.
Yeah, we caught a really big possum.
Huge one. The neighbor had to help us because I'm too scared.
Right. Let me get my fire started.
Thank you, David.
Fire starter. I am the fire starter.
What?
Super fire starter.
I think they're in there.
Oh. That's a Prodigy song, for those that don't know.
Rachel, what do you think is the best way to get over the anxiety of losing a pet? I lost a dog when I was younger and it traumatized me, but I want to get a dog. I'm just scared.
So you know that saying, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all? That's how I see it. So it helps if you actually believe in an afterlife, which I do. In fact, I'll tell you something strange. Savannah, will you find the fire things for me? Because I can't find them.
Yes.
So let me walk my way over here. So, can I pet you? You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Okay, so, so I used to have like panic attacks about dying, about getting old, about becoming powerless. Like, and I don't mean powerless as in I have no power. I mean literally like being so old that you can't get up and move around and do things for yourself.
And she is terrified of being put in like a retirement home or anything.
Yeah, I'd rather die in my house.
I'm gonna take care of her.
But so, thank you. So, so I used to have this big fear of dying, and then my dog that I'd had for 9.5 years, his name was Terrible. He died, and
I don't think you guys ever saw him other than on her Instagram.
Yeah, and he was like everything to me. And those of you that know about me, I was abandoned. I lived in foster care from the time that I was around 7 years old. So I don't have any contact with any of my family, and that means that I didn't have I haven't had anybody close to me pass away. And so my only real experience with losing somebody that I loved was my dog, Terrible. And oddly enough, after he passed and I kind of got over that whole situation, not as in the whole situation, I mean like literally I had some guilt over the way it went down because I cried a lot, which made him uncomfortable, and I wished that I hadn't cried. Dogs
not to say that, like,
dogs don't always understand why we do what we do or why we're doing what we're doing, and I wished that I had saved my tears for later so that he didn't know anything was going on. You know what I mean? So I felt very guilty for even having
everything that he was like doped up on. It didn't really like. It didn't stop him.
Yeah, he was on a bunch of gave him like a bunch of medications and stuff like that. And so I had a lot of guilt over that. So once I got over that, I realized that my fear of death was gone because I believe in an afterlife, and because I do believe that, you know, and this is my own belief, doesn't have to be your belief, but I knew that he would be there for me when I died. And like that gave me comfort, because I think part of what dying was scary to me was I felt like I would be alone. You know what I mean? You hear like these near-death experiences where they have all their family and this and that. Well, I don't have any. So yeah, but Lord forbid you get there before me, honey. And so it was actually kind of comforting. And so I've had to kind of like think about that a lot. You know, they don't live as long as us. It's just not possible. And so a part of me just believes that, you know, like, it's just, we have to enjoy them while they're here. And each one is a blessing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Terrible was a blessing and Preacher was a blessing. If you ask me which one I love better, I could never, ever tell you that, because they're very unique and different in their own right and way.
I have to ask this real quick. Is the quality bad? Because I'm looking at my mom's iPad and we look like a bunch of pixelated little like Minecraft characters.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And there's nothing, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about the quality. Because of COVID, everybody is working from home and streaming, and so yeah, sucks. But like I said, I think that we should feel blessed to even have them in our lives. So to me, if you were to ask me, like, you know, when my dog died, like, it never occurred to me not to have another dog. You know what I mean? The only thing it did was assure me that the worst thing you can do is have one dog and then lose that dog and not have another one to help you kind of get through it.
She had Preacher and Cashmere at that time.
Yeah, I had Preacher, Cashmere. And I'll tell you how special Preacher, this is one of the stories I tell people about how special Corsos are. So I was, this is actually before he died. Preacher died, oh God forbid, before Terrible died. And we knew he had cancer, and they didn't really give us any information on what to do. And we knew that we couldn't operate on him. We knew that he was old.
Oh, that's because he had that thing.
Yeah, and we knew that the chances of any type of operation being successful were slim to none. And so, because it had already moved into other areas. And I knew after doing some research that it was only going to get worse. And so I was faced with the decision of either hold on to him and him suffer more, which I couldn't bear the thought of making him suffer anymore. I couldn't even imagine seeing him suffer, right? Like, and so I had this moment where I had the realization that I was going to have to put him down. And I just started bawling, right? This was back whenever I was with Alex, and I was trying to tell Alex, and I'm just tears, right? I'm just like sobbing. And Preacher had been in the back, and we didn't take Terrible because I knew I was emotional, and I didn't, you know, dogs pick up on emotion, and I didn't want him to like be any more worried, you know what I mean, than he was already going through. And Preacher, who had been asleep in the back, heard me crying, and he came up, this big old huge head, comes up and just literally lays his head right here on my chest. And I just hugged him. And I have never had that from a dog. I've never had a dog sense my emotion and come up and try to console me. Sorry, getting a little emotional. And anyway, it was a really special moment, and I cherish every moment with my dogs, and I couldn't imagine not having one with me, regardless of the fact that they don't live as long. I just couldn't imagine it.
She won't even let me not have a dog. Like, she's like, nope.
I think I think it's just part of it. You know what I mean? It's like even if you get married, there's no guarantee that you're gonna both die at the same time. You know what I mean? The individual may die before you. Every time we love, we take a risk of losing that love, whether it's a person, whatever.
We don't lose the love. You just like,
yeah, but we could lose that person. And I don't feel that letting your fear of loss, I don't feel that should get in the way of you enjoying the moments of love that you could have with your dog. You know what I mean? I think that is more valuable, and we just accept the ability, you know, the fact that they do pass early. I think we accept that as kind of part of that baggage, and we just do our best to gift them with the best way to do that. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're wearing lipstick.
I'm not wearing lipstick. Oops. So, yeah. So I don't know if that helped, but that's my thoughts on it. And I'm gonna go cook these steaks. So I'm emotional because of that other dog today, and it just like, anyway, I'm gonna go start this fire. I'll be back.
All right, everybody. Time for Savannah time to answer some questions. Ask me questions and I'll try my best to answer. Let's see. Mama, somebody says you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
She says thank you. She's cooking steak. Preacher. Preacher boy. Preacher man. What you doing, baby? Preacher, come here. Rhino isn't adopted yet.
What?
No, nothing. Somebody asked if Rhino was adopted.
Oh.
Come on. Come here, Preacher. Come here. Come here, Preacher. Preacher, come here. Preacher, come here. I'm gonna get Preacher up here, you guys. Hold on. Preacher, come here. Preacher, come here. Preacher, come on. Come on, boy. Oh, don't get so mad. I love you. Savannah, what do you think of the birds? Do you prefer the dogs? Hold on, let me delete this. Actually, moderators, I'll let you do it. My favorite is like,
Do you know what a lighter
I
is?
think I like dogs more. No.
Oh, no matches? Anything?
Matches should be underneath there.
Okay.
Thank you, Julian. Has Bella been bred yet?
No, but she will be tomorrow and on Monday. Possibly Tuesday. Where are they, Savannah?
I think they're down there.
You think they're down here?
Yeah. Is it cool
open?
to have a YouTube with your mom? Sure. Savannah, in your last stream, you had a Switch. Do you play Fortnite? No. Sorry.
You're sure it's down here?
I guess not. Let me see. It's hot in here, you guys.
Didn't we have like 2 boxes of matches?
Yes. Let's see.
Reliability. Do not know where the matches are.
Oh, the
Oh.
lighter's right here.
Where? Oh, perfect. Let's put that in a spot where we don't see it.
You can put it there, not me. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. Is what's my favorite medium of art? I really enjoy using like I really enjoy traditional art. I use a lot of markers and stuff, so yeah. Enzo is stealing the show. What's up, baby? Come here. Step up. Rude. No, step up. Good boy. Okay. What kind of music? There's a variety of music that I listen to. It's all on my Alexa. I don't know. My favorite music, like, genre has to be like alternative, I guess.
Okay.
You're planning on keeping a pup off of Bella, right?
Yep.
Fly, Enzo. Fly.
Wash my hands.
Any more questions? Can I get Pascal? Absolutely.
I'll get him.
Okay. Mama's gonna get him for me. How often will you and your mom go to see the new parrot? There's no saying, or there's no telling, because
The parrot is 3 hours away from us.
Yeah. Unlike this one right here, which is only like 30 minutes. Does Enzo bite me a lot? Does this answer your question? Yes, but not hard. So, yeah. He wants me to scratch. Let's go.
Hello, sugar.
How old am I? I'm 15.
Poop.
Which is weird, mate. That's weird for me to say. 15.
A whole 15 years old. This is my chiquito. Let's go.
How do I get over the fear of birds biting me? I don't know. Thank you, Julian. When do you think you'll officially move to Tennessee?
Whenever we can. We have to wait for the house to sell. So
he's been in a bad mood today. Meow. The cat's in my room because I know he'll mess something up if he's out here.
Are you a happy boy?
Happy boy?
Are you a happy boy?
He cries, so Velocity's like, I want to see my baby.
He's so cute. You're so cute. You're so cute.
Let me see him.
Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you.
He looks like his daddy.
Mommy loves you.
And he's got his thick neck like his mom. He's gonna be huge.
He's 4 weeks old. What is your 4-week-old baby? What's your 4-week-old baby? Oh, you go by my face?
So we said I would run away with him.
You go by my face? You cutie patootie. You cutie. Yep.
Give me the child.
He's a cutie. Who's a cutie? He's over it. He's over it.
Just like
you're so pretty. You're so pretty.
He says, stop.
You're so pretty. It's like, stop. It's like, stop kissing me, Mom.
You're getting angry. He sometimes walks around the house, depending if there's how many dogs are out. That's some good puppy breath. That's some good puppy breath. No, you didn't hear Blair meowing. That is Falco. Velocity, see your baby. It's your baby. Velocity sees her baby. What's my favorite thing about living with my mom? A big thing is like a lot of people aren't allowed to have pets, like kids, which I've never had to experience, which is great. Are you biting my finger? That's not very nice. Where is Alex? He is living his own life. Somebody says, I want to marry your mom. Gonna have to go through my test first. Ah.
Did somebody say the A word?
I don't think so.
The Alex word?
Yes, they did. A couple people did.
Well, you mentioned
it. You mentioned him
broke
once.
up a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I just told people he's living his own life. So I said, good answer.
He's living his best life.
Ain't going back and forth to you. Living my best life. Pascal and Batista don't interact, if that gives you guys a short answer. Has Enzo mimicked Velocity's chirps?
No, but she has mimicked the puppy.
Or he has, yes. Why are you biting my finger? That hurts. Ow!
She mimics
Ow! Ow!
and Misha. He mimics the puppy and Misha. Much to our dismay.
That was very mean. You bit me. I love puppies. Has Blondie taken Pascal? No, she likes him, but no, she hasn't taken him. Blondie! I think I put her up actually. You smell so good. He smells like great puppy. Velocity, say hi to your baby. Velociraptor is not crying. I don't know who that is. I don't know. I think that's Van Mortigan. Van Mortigan, quiet down. What are you doing? What are you doing? You guys asked earlier what my favorite game on the Switch is. It's Animal Crossing, because that's the only one.
What?
My favorite game.
Who's whining?
Van Mortigan. This puppy is mean, you guys. Look at that. Look at the mean face. Ow, ow, ow. Mean. Mama, can you put him back for me?
Can I what?
Can you put him up for me?
Yeah.
He's fighting me.
Good morning, quiet down.
Ah! Are you gonna hurt me? Is KK Slider on my island? It's a bit early for that. Thank you, Julian. Rachel, you're looking for an assistant. I'd love to help you with your pack and chores. Talk about a dream come true. I don't know. My favorite villager so far is, gosh, what is her name? I think it's Marina, or, Marina. My favorite villager on my island. Take this little baby.
Hold on. Van Mortigan. No. No, sir. Quiet down. No.
I probably should. I'm gonna teach, not Pascal, but the other one.
Let me get my chiquito.
Your chiquito.
Come here, chiquito. Where's my little Pascal?
Yeah, I was super lucky. Marina was on the first island I ever visited, so I invited her to my island, and it took her a while, but she eventually came. Along with
You guys quiet down.
let me go look. I have Sprinkles too. Sprinkles the penguin, which is great. I had her second. Somebody that donated, Julian said, Rachel, are you looking for an assistant? I'd love to help you with your pack and chores. Talk about a dream come true.
Definitely whenever we move to Tennessee, right now, we literally live out in the middle of nowhere, and it would be like impossible because it would be too much to ask of anybody with where we live right now. It would just be crazy. But when we move, absolutely.
Somebody said, Rachel, do you need a man? I'm from Tennessee.
Yes, I need a man. I need a real man.
So she needs a real man. So I will read off my villagers for everybody. Let me go to, hold on. I have Rex, which I'm currently trying to kick out. No offense to Rex. I have Sprinkle, which I'm not planning on kicking out. I have Pierce, who's like a bird type or whatever. I don't know. He's a jock. I'm kicking him out as well. Then I have Canberra, which I'm okay with her. She's okay. She's sweet. And then I have Marina, and I love her, so. She's great. I'm trying to go with the basic characters. I know you guys are like, oh, she probably is like, blah, 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 blah. Thank you. My mama did my hair. I really want to find Raymond, honestly, but I'll show you guys. I have Marina. Look at my baby. I doubt you guys can see, but let's see. You can kind of see her. She's right there. Boom. I personally don't like boom, 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 boom. Marina. More questions, people. And I have Sprinkles, which I didn't think she would be as popular as she is, but apparently people like her. So, I mean, I don't know. What's the point of the game? I don't know. To have fun. You know, I tried to gate in Pierce, and somehow he wasn't in it the next day. He was like out of it. I was like, why? What game are we talking about? Animal Crossing New Horizons. Which one is Pierce again? He's like this eagle. Let's see. Savannah, would you consider being friends with one of your mom's subscribers? Depends how old you are and like stuff like that. I don't know. And like, what are your interests, you know? Savannah, what is the update on Rhino? He is on hold. Other people can answer that better on this live stream that we're in the beginning than me. I honestly don't know much about it. There's Pierce, and he's lifting weights. I don't know if you guys can see him because y'all said that the quality is really bad, but let me see. I wonder if you guys can see that at all. But my Eileen rating, I don't think I have one yet. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah. I can check. Let's see. Exactly. He's a no for me too. Besides Blondie, who are some of your other pack favorites? Batista. What part of Tennessee are we moving to? I don't know. I do miss Cashmere, yes. But we've also seen lots of videos of her and stuff, and she's very happy, so. Preacher, quiet down. Nobody asked for your 2 cents. Thank you, Julian. Rach said she wants a pup from Velocity and Batista breeding. That would be dope. Bella and Trinity are close in age. Which one of them are higher ranking? Let me call my mom in. Mama!
Yeah.
Can you answer this question?
Yeah, what's going on?
Reese said she wants a puppy from Velocity and Batista breeding. That would be dope. Bella and Trinity are close in age. Which one of them are higher in ranking?
Bella and Trinity.
Oops.
I would say.
Apparently the message was deleted by Sprezzator on the Corso, but it was a paid comment. Oh no.
What happened?
I don't know. Look.
What?
The one I just read you.
Weird.
Sorry.
What is the question?
Well, now it's not there, so.
But it had to do with the dominance between.
Yes, Belladonna and Trinity.
I would say Belladonna is higher right now. Trinity is higher than the puppies. So, shh, quiet down, you guys. Hush. It's very humid outside, and I'm having a hard time. Not a hard time, but it's taking me a little while to get the fire started. I mean, it started. It's good, but I mean, like, to get a roaring flame. So let me finish airing my fire with my Jaclyn Hill volume.
Dude, this tattoo loud
2.
dude. Mama, this guy from Tennessee that said he was Tennessee, he says, "Rate you beautiful. When we gonna hook up?"
Oh, thank you. I don't know what is up. There's a motorcycle outside. I think my neighbor is.
Thank you. Mysterious advice on working line corgi. He disrespects my friend, his owner, and gives her dirty looks. I put him in submission. He bit me many times.
Ooh.
Made him move in home and helped my friend set boundaries.
Good. You want to get that dog trained up, man. You don't want to bite you, disrespecting you.
She said to train him more. Tattoo loud. I don't know. Congratulations, Tanner. You know, class of 2020, you guys got it bad. Do I play Pokemon? Not right now. I still have to pay for a lot of stuff for this guy right here, so I can't afford to buy games right now. But I will.
Okay, it's finally lit well. Now we're just gonna let it do its thing while I answer some questions.
Enzo!
Step up.
How old is Preacher?
He's almost 4. He'll be 4 in February.
She's cooking steak.
Hi.
Savannah, you should make a comic with Pascal and Enzo. I'm not good at drawing animals, you guys.
No, you're not going to shoulder rush. No, you're not. She lets him up on the shoulder. I don't let you up on the shoulder because you're like a gremlin. You're turned into a gremlin when you're up on the shoulder.
Rachel, would you board and train a pit?
So I don't let you up here. Not right now. I'm way too packed. I don't have the space for another dog right now. And don't you dare poop where we're cooking. Poop. There you go, good boy. And so when I move, I want to open up a boarding and training facility. And so at that point, we would be able to do it. But as it stands, I have a lot of dogs and not enough space right now. So, yeah.
The new bird is a male, so Envy, I don't think would be. That sounds more like a female.
Yeah, they're both
and that's
males.
Close to Enzo, Envy, Enzo.
Yeah, they're both males. They're gonna both be males. Boys.
Gonna be males.
They're both gonna be. I'm so excited, y'all. I can't tell you how excited I am to be bringing this new bird in.
Give me your hand. Give me your.
I was really excited to bring Enzo in, but he's
a butt.
He's emotionally bonded to Savannah, but I have his respect.
Enzo! No, come. Not yet. Hold on. No, Enzo, don't leave me. He left me.
You need some help, Enzo? Here. She don't know what she's doing, does she? You good? You're gonna walk your way back up? There you go.
Savannah, do you like being a grandma to Blondie pup? Yeah.
Nirvana is a wonderful dog.
She
wonderful,
is.
Wonderful dog. She listens. She's gorgeous. Her temperament she got from her mother. Just a phenomenal dog. Movement is phenomenal. The only complaint that I have is that her mask could be darker. It's not quite dark enough. I mean, it's there, but it could be darker. That's my only complaint. Don't you get up on her shoulder. No, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Come here. Don't you get up on that shoulder, boy. Shoulder rider.
Reese, I think, said she'd be getting a bird. Was it the fall? I remember.
No. Okay. No kisses. No kisses. No kisses. No kisses. Haha. Got you anyway. Here. Okay. I don't know why I have to give everything kisses. My puppies kisses. My birds kisses.
Boom, but a dress.
Really? You're playing the game while... Bruh, no. Supposed to be running the chat. Savannah. Dude, run the chat. Thank you.
Mama's gonna play now.
Appreciate it. I'm not gonna play, actually. I've paid off all her debts already.
That's not true. I paid off like 40,000.
Out of what?
198,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Mama's still paying her bills, even in the digital world. Even in the digital world.
Yes, in the fall, Reese is getting her bird.
Yep, in the fall. Do you remember what kind of bird she's getting?
She wants, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. We cooking now. Mm-hmm. Ooh, buddy. Oh, yeah.
Enzo, I love you. Would a pack of cats be like a pack of dogs? No. Somebody asked, would a pack of cats be like a pack of dogs? Are you going to miss the old house when you move? No. I'll miss like my friends, but not the house. No. This house sucks. Everything's breaking. Like the air conditioner, and it's super hot. Some of my roots. We need to fix.
That's not true. The air conditioner ain't broke. She just complains because she wears sweaters all the time and she don't understand. There's only so much an air conditioner can do in the heat of Texas, okay? And we keep the AC really low. But no, we won't miss this house. I miss the outside. It's really pretty. But the inside of it is just like, whatever. So I've been looking at these beautiful homes in Tennessee, like cabins with lots of windows.
You guys, I want one of those attic rooms where they're like in the attic and they've got this window and they're so pretty and they're like the size of the house but just up and like
they call that a loft.
Yes, they're so cool and I love it. But it'd probably go to Mom or the dog.
I'll stay downstairs. I'm getting old.
To be walking upstairs and stuff.
Quiet down, Valet. Quiet down, boy.
A frame house?
A what?
A frame house?
Yeah, well that's what they're called, yeah.
Yeah, I want a frame house.
Yeah. They're beautiful cabins with like the minimum acreage I saw was like 12 acres up to like 25 acres. It's really cool.
So he said, girl, you don't want an attic room. They're boiling hot.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You want a green bean? I'll get you a green bean. I'll get you a green bean.
Somebody said I live in Southern Florida and I would never wear a sweater in the house.
Savannah does it all the time. And then she walks around complaining about how hot it is.
My green bean.
Girl, these things are trying to freeze on us. Savannah! No, leave him alone. Let him eat his green bean. No. Watch your hand. Watch your leg.
Does Enzo like fruit? Depends. He doesn't like raspberries.
I like to just stick green beans in his Savannah.
Why didn't you just name me Savannah if that's what you're going to do?
Savannah!
Savannah!
I do call her that all the time now.
It
I
used to
just
be
stick little
Savannah.
green beans in his thing everywhere.
What was the name of the anime you mentioned whenever you were driving to go see the new bird? There's no telling.
Little green beans everywhere.
There's no telling.
Green
I watched so much.
Everywhere.
I finished 2 animes in the last week.
quiet.
When I'm
Valid.
bored with the other one, I go to the other one.
All right, that's all you get.
Give me your feet, boy. He's dropped his green bean.
No way. Did he really?
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay. So you guys were asking. Okay, so I was talking about toilet found Hanako-kun. I'll put it in the chat. Toilet found.
We are in
Hanako.
flaming hot business. I tell you what. Let me get a fork. Put these things on the grill.
That's it, you guys.
I don't like it.
I like it.
It seems weird.
Yes, it is weird.
It seems weird.
Weird. She didn't like how, like, it's not really.
It's pretty, but it's not
pretty.
It's not good animation.
It doesn't have a lot of animation to it. She didn't like that.
I tell you what, man, I don't care how tired I am. It's always worth it to fire up the grill. Always. It's never a bad option. Never, ever.
Do you guys speak Spanish, or do Texans have the habit of saying things in Spanish?
I used to date a guy from Mexico for about 4 years, and I picked up a lot of it, and it stuck with me.
I learned poquito español.
Yo habla poquito español.
Yo habla poquito español in
I don't know. It may not be right.
class.
Like he used to say, "Guáchale way." So I say that.
Savannah, have you ever been bit because you
And he would say, "Muévete way," not to me. And then one time I made the mistake of of saying it to him. I was like, "Hey way," and he was like, "No, you way." Hey, you guys quiet.
Savannah, have you ever been bit because you kissed the dogs in the face? No.
You.
Have you seen Food Wars? I've heard about it. I'm not watching it. It's apparently super inappropriate. Not gonna happen.
What is it?
No, not Food. Is it Food Wars, the anime? Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, not gonna happen.
Not
Es
gonna happen.
hablo poco español.
Alright. I have heard that
Very inappropriate.
we are not we don't like we were not taught proper, like basically the guy was dating, like they speak more of almost like an improper Spanish.
Julian, my mom just posted a pack video.
It's not posted.
Oh, it's not?
Nah, I did it, but I didn't post it.
Never mind, it's not up yet. And so, first of all, Food Wars is very inappropriate. Somebody's saying, seriously, Shay, how exactly is Food Wars inappropriate? It's basically an anime cooking competition. No. Because something like that would be probably boring to a lot of people. Wrong. It's not just that. Unless you're a little bit dense. You wouldn't know that. But it's very inappropriate. Not recommended for anybody younger than 19. Or I guess 18. I don't know. Julian, whenever you said, can we expect another pack video, I let you know that there will be a video up soon. That's right, Shay. That's right. And it even says on the anime, I'm pretty sure it says TVMA, mature audience. That's right. Studio Ghibli, great. That's right. It is fan service. The name is super deceiving then? I guess so, yeah. Thank you, Kara. Kara. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Howl's Moving Castle is really good. Pascal, we did have him out, but he's sleeping now. The dog whining in the background is Valak. Valak, quiet down.
Okay, let's get the salad ready.
Ew.
What?
Valak.
What's Savanya?
Just you.
Okay. So salad time.
I don't like
the salad. Okay. So I like salad. All right. What'd you do with my glass bowl, by the way?
I put it back.
Not here. You didn't.
What?
I think I saw it down here. Did you drop all your green beans? I think you did. I thought I said, yeah. No, that's a little one.
I don't need one.
I don't know why. You know, when she was young, I used to be able to get her to eat vegetables. I would just tell her that they would make her grow big and strong and tall, and she would eat them. But that doesn't work anymore. Doop 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 doop. Sorry, I keep moving you, bro.
Sorry, mysterious. Let me see if I can find it.
Really, dude?
What?
You put the ice tray in here?
Did I?
Bruh. Okay. So I'm not gonna be able to do as big of a salad as I like to do.
I don't like salad.
I'll have to just do seconds on my salad, which I don't preference. Cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes.
Yes, thank you. Mysterious. Can I adopt a dog?
Ooh. We don't have any dogs for adoption. Maybe whenever I move, maybe then we can actually have an adoption place, you know what I mean? Like do adoption, but we would have to wait until we have more space. Shh, quiet down, Valid.
That's horrible.
Hush.
My mom told me I'd get AIDS. She said they were bugs and that I went to school and told everybody that if they didn't eat their greens, they would get AIDS. That's bad.
That's funny. That's a very clever mother.
But imagine having like a conversation with one of your teachers about that. Like, no.
That's hysterical. I should have said that to you, Savannah.
You show up to school. You get AIDS if you don't eat it.
You don't eat your vegetables?
You get AIDS.
All right.
I didn't like carrots growing up for the longest time. I'll like throw up if I eat carrots. I can't do it. I used to not be able to eat mushrooms. I can now. I can even like whenever I come in the house, I know exactly the smell of mushrooms. They're really good. Maybe mom has just gotten better at cooking. It's been a while. You were eating gluten back then though, so
I was eating the gluten.
she might have lost some
And
taste
then
buds.
here's the mozzarella balls.
Let me have some.
Bro.
Let me have some.
No.
Let me have some. Peas are disgusting.
Not if they're cooked right.
Disgusting. And Brussels sprouts are really good too.
Peas are not disgusting if they're cooked right. Quiet, Valak. Quit your crying. You're not getting any steak.
When is the best time to call Rach and introduce myself? During the day. Mom, let me have
Oh
one.
my god, so good.
No.
Not as good as Italy though, but not bad. Okay. Oh my gosh. You want some greenery? Want some spinach?
I want questions. Who's crying? Valak. P.S. on working line question, Corgi question. Cashmere taught me everything I know about disciplining dogs, and I wanted to say thanks. Long live the queen. It was $5 donation, I promise. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Cashmere's wildin'. Can I call tomorrow and say hi? Sure. I don't think we have anything going on. Quiet down, Valak. No. No, Valak. Are they done?
Yes. But now we must let them rest.
Are they red?
Are they red, she said. We don't cut them yet. Because that's shh, quiet. Valak, no.
Velocity, chill out.
Oh my god, so good.
Mama, you're not supposed to eat it.
I'm not. Jeez Louise. Not. Gosh.
Savannah, other than Blondie and Nirvana, who is your second favorite dog? First of all, Batista becomes like before Nirvana. No offense, Nirvana. But I love Batista. Thoughts on Dewclaw remover?
I don't do it anymore. I read that that the front dew claws are functional and that it's bad to remove them, so I don't. Valak, no. You be quiet.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Well, I shouldn't say that on here. You'll get demonetized.
No amount of crying is going to change the fact that you ain't getting no steak, boy.
Steak.
No steak, punk.
Savannah, do you feel you were truly confident that you were responsible and patient enough to care for Enzo? I don't really have a choice.
Oh, doesn't really have a choice. Yes, you do.
I bonded with the bird. I gotta take care of it now. Just like whenever you have a child, you then have to take care of the child. It's not like you're gonna be like, Can't take care of a child now. But you have one bad experience of babysitting a child.
Yeah, but you don't sit there and be like, somebody's like, do you love your baby, Savannah? You're like, well,
I have to.
I guess I have to.
Yes, I love him.
She spends a lot of time with him. Hey, preacher, go lay down. Leave him alone. Let him eat his arugula. I will be monitoring her though, so regardless, like I will make sure that his needs are met. Whoa, don't knock me over, bro. Preacher, go. Preacher, go. You're not getting this steak. Get out, bruh. Dude, how are you just gonna drop it like that? Ugh.
Could you discuss the pros and cons of neutering in Spain?
So, the pros of Spain is that your dog will not go through the heat cycle. Your dog will not get pyometra. Your dog most likely will not get breast cancer, which is a risk.
Oh, velocity.
Velocity hush, which is a risk whenever you, whenever a female goes through repeated heat cycles without breeding, they can get breast cancer, which, tangent. And then, of course, pyometra, which is a silent disease. Other than that, personally, I guess the only like potential positive of neutering a male is that they won't get testicular cancer, but I don't agree with neutering. And if they had a way of spaying that was easier on the female. So like whenever I was researching the ovary saving spay, that's whenever I learned about the increase in breast cancer, because those hormones, the progesterone hormones that flood the female's body, will cause breast cancer over time if the female is not bred. So it sucks, you know what I mean? And I know there are plenty of people that said that they've had female dogs that never had pyometra, and that's fine. But if you've ever had pyometra, then you don't want to take the risk, because it's what they call a silent disease. So very often there are no signs or symptoms until it's too late, and it could kill the dog. And it's extremely expensive. So personally, you know, I believe that if you have a female and you're not going to breed her, you should wait till she's full grown and then go ahead and just get her spayed. That's just my personal opinion. Males, on the other hand, I say let them run free. Let them do what they're going to do.
Up, dude. Come here.
And I don't mean like let them procreate. I just mean like don't cut them off. Personally.
Ow,
Bro.
ow, ow. It's biting my, he's got my fingers. Step up. Step up. Step up. No.
Hello. Hello. Look at him wanting to be pet. Can I give you another piece of my salada? My salada?
So yes, you can.
That's spinach.
Can I not pet you?
Not when he's eating. Don't drop it, bro. I see you. He's like, I don't know about the spinach. There we
I thought
go.
this was arugula.
Yeah, he likes the arugula. Not too keen on spinach.
What's a good personality for a Corso?
A Corso, a good personality?
Mm-hmm.
Protective, aware, attentive, calm, yet ready to join you in whatever activity that you would like to do.
Midnight didn't have pyometra, right?
No, Midnight did not have pyometra.
No.
She had what's called a
Whatever it's called.
hyperplasia, which is where the which is where the tissue around the vulva swells and actually protrudes the body. I'm trying to be G-rated over here. Okay, so this one's yours.
Do you guys usually eat this late, or is this unique? We always eat late. I know we hear about people eating at like 7, and we're over here at like 11.
We do eat late. I wouldn't say this late. This is a bit much for us, but I had a hard time getting my energy ready to go. You know what I mean? I was not. I was kind of slumming it today. Not slumming it like physically. I mean like emotionally. Sometimes I'm just like, ugh.
She had this moment today because one of the dogs got a hold of her shoe. She was just like, ah! I was like,
you know why though? Because Savannah wears my shoes because she has the same shoe size as me. Mm-hmm. And then she leaves my shoes around and then the dogs eat them. I swear I can't keep a good pair of shoes in this house.
I am blessed to have the same clothing size, the same height, and the same shoe size as my mom. I am her twin. Literally, you guys want to see?
She steals all my stuff.
We're literally twins. Just I have blonde hair and blue eyes.
She steals all my stuff, y'all. There's no reprieve. Clothing comes up missing. Shoes, socks.
Everything. We share.
No.
She doesn't wear any of my
Sharing requires that I'm a willing participant, which I am not.
You should be.
Which I should be.
I'll return it eventually.
Eventually.
Sometimes I use her makeup too. That's another
thing. She uses my makeup too. Yeah.
Sharing is caring, Rachel. She's shared a lot. She's given a lot, actually.
I gave you the rarer one. The rarer, or it would be the rarest. The rarest one. Let's see. Let's open it up and see how well Mama Bear did.
How good did Mama? Well, I accept it.
Oh
yeah. You guys don't even understand. I love my steak red. Rare or medium rare?
That right there, I would say, is medium.
Pretty good, you guys. Let me take a bite of that.
You can see it.
Thank you.
Maybe.
I'm just gonna say Clover for now.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else you plan on showing once shows open up? Love your channel.
Yes, I've already spoken with a handler. So, unfortunately, they canceled all the shows, even for whatever reason, up to October, which I don't know why. But yeah, Nirvana is going to be showing. Oh my gosh, that's real nice right there. I hope you know I was nice with you, and I gave you the rarest one.
It's so good.
Mine's not bad, but it's like medium. It's like medium well. Hers is medium. But it ain't bad.
Last time you gave me the medium one.
Yeah, last time I gave you the medium one. I'm being nice this time.
Can I have a knife and a fork?
Yep.
How was Preacher? He's good.
He's right over here stocking our food.
Do you guys have any joint supplement recommendations?
I think MSM is actually what people are using now, oddly enough. I used it to cure Giardia that we had in our house. Our dogs caught Giardia from some dogs that we brought over here from overseas. And the medication that we bought wasn't doing anything.
But you got from the vet?
Mm-hmm. And so it didn't fix it. And so neither did the Fabenzinol. And so we cured it with MSM powder and this stuff called Kochi-free stool health or something like that.
Yes, Mom watches the Mink Man.
Yeah, I watch Mink Man. I used to. I'll be honest, I haven't watched him in a while. He was like complaining. not that I care, you know what I mean? Like, I would be complaining too if I was getting demonetized, you know what I'm saying? But he was complaining, the last I watched him, he was complaining a lot about being demonetized because of the kind of like content and that's the last time I was watching him.
Do you have any thoughts on CBD oil for dogs? Never experienced, right?
Haven't tried it. Don't know anything about it.
Let me get some tea. Do you want some tea?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Okay. I told my friends in Croatia that whenever they come and visit my new house, that I was gonna cook them. I was gonna grill them some steaks.
When?
Yeah, I told her to visit my my house. Look, this is a really good salad dressing.
Your house in Tennessee?
John the Greek. I don't know if you can see it.
Your house in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about this one.
Mm-mm-mm.
Do they have mobile homes out in Croatia or whatever?
No.
No.
Not that I saw. Maybe, but not that I saw. We should have said like Emmy eats. Tetrakimasu.
Ikitakimasu.
Oh, you're right.
It's ikitakimasu.
Yeah, ikitakimasu.
It just means let's eat.
You looked it up?
Yes.
Ikitakimasu. Okay, I'm gonna sit down. You stand for a while, girl. My legs are tired.
One of these days, I'm gonna try to learn Japanese, and then I'm gonna go to Japan.
Who watches that guy, that Japanese guy? Or no, he's not Japanese, but that guy on TikTok who does the really funny, like Crunchyroll versus like Hulu, all that stuff, and Netflix. So funny.
And then illegal anime stuff.
Yeah.
About like their siblings.
Yeah, it was really funny. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? You can't even see him. There you go.
This tea takes forever.
You gotta loosen the top then.
Oh, I dropped some.
Perfect. Okay. All right.
James as a sleepy boy.
I'll have to see that.
See what?
Yes, Sharon, I do sell Corso. You just have to put in an application on the website and then follow up with a phone call. It is really good, Cole.
You guys, do you have any names for my YouTube channel?
I love cooking steak. Well, I love grilling anything, honestly. And I love to smoke stuff, although I'll be honest, I don't have the patience to like smoke things all day. But I do have some spare ribs that I'm gonna be doing soon.
What about that one place? Oh, sorry, that you should make that stuff that we like at the Brazilian steakhouse.
The oh god, what is it called? I can't remember the name.
Piece of meat. It starts with a C, right?
A P. Yeah. God, I'm trying to remember the name of that meat that they have at the Brazilian steakhouses. It's always their like, it's like a Brazilian specialty or something. Mm. Do Corso drool?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not as much as some breeds. But
They literally, like when you're eating, they just like the waterworks come on.
Or if they're car sick.
No, it's not a porterhouse.
What?
I ended up breeding Blondie because her hips were not bad. When I first did the hip testing, I had only ever tested one dog before her, which was Preacher. Picanha, that's what it is, yes. And when I looked at hers, I thought that her hips were bad because one of her hips was looser than the other one, and I thought that was a bad thing. But you have to keep in mind that Preacher has 90, literally top 5% hips, not even 90, top 5% hips. So my perspective of what was normal was actually not normal at all. That's why his hips are so good, because they're not normal. They're that good.
Too high.
My standards are too high. So I thought that she was going to have bad hips. And I made a video before I got the results. I literally did the video the day of, which was a really stupid thing to do because I didn't know what I was talking about. And when I got the results in, they showed that she didn't have any hip dysplasia, that she does have one hip that's looser than the other, but that's not uncommon. It's very rare that any dog has hips that are the exact same laxity. So, and it showed no signs of hip dysplasia. So I spoke with some friends, other breeders. Everybody was like, breeder, she has no hip dysplasia. What does it matter? There's a lot of breeders that will breed a dog with hip dysplasia. And they'll just breed it to a dog with good hips. So she's not even dysplastic. So what I did with breeding her is in no way controversial with actual breeders. But I have seen that there is an Instagram account that is accusing me of basically breeding a dog with bad hips, and she doesn't have bad hips. I've posted her hips online, her hip scores. They're available for anybody to see. So it shows on her report she doesn't have any hip dysplasia. So, pardon me. So anyway, so she has a wonderful temperament.
Indeed.
Her head type is not good, but a head is very easy to fix, which obviously everybody could see in her litter. All the puppies in her litter have great heads. Structurally, she's fine, especially compared with what I started with. You know what I mean? I didn't start off with dogs like the one that I'm getting, or even like Nirvana, but very few people do. When you're first starting your program, people are not going to sell you their best dogs, and you have to start and build up. And that's what we've done. So when people question my breeding of Blondie, I look at Nirvana and I see a phenomenal dog in structure and temperament and type, and I know that it was the right decision. But I understand that people that are not breeders, that are just looking on the outside, don't always understand it. So.
Or they listen to rumors.
Mm-hmm. So. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What is Julian talking about?
I see all that white meat on your plate. I'm like,
Wow, yours is better. Thank you, King.
Julian, you gotta settle down a little bit.
Will Pascal's social skills be altered if he doesn't have any siblings? I don't think so. He has us and the rest of the pack. He seems fine.
He does really well with the other pack too. I mean, he bites them, but he's a puppy, so that's normal.
So.
You should see Pascal like see orders like baby Velocity did.
That's funny. We have been taking him places with us.
Not inside anywhere, but.
Just like in the car, not taking him anywhere outside of the car, and he's been loving it.
He likes sleeping underneath the chair, though.
Yes, Eddie, I definitely recognize it.
Recognize what?
His handle. You guys, you know the worst part about making a steak is not being able to finish it. I don't know. You're wondering if they drool.
Y'all can't even see that drool.
He has like a ribbon. A ribbon of drool.
Preacher.
Bruh, put your drool away. Cochino.
The other day, one of the dogs was in the car and had this long, I think it was Mad Mortigan. We were eating in the car.
Oh, it was so gross.
Long piece of drool.
No, that was Batista.
No, Batista. He had this long piece of drool.
Oh, it was so gross. It was so gross.
You should see Preacher. Occasionally, you'll find a spot like on the TV or something where drool flew up from Preacher shaking his mouth around. It's funny.
No, I haven't seen the patience challenge, but I will definitely look into it. No, I'm full. Now I gotta eat my salad, my salada.
Preacher.
I quit breeding pit bulls because of the bully dog revolution.
Preacher.
And
come here. Hey, get off the bird stand. Hey, be careful, that's a fork.
All anybody wanted were bully dogs. They would call me about Razor's Edge, Gaudy Line, Gray Line, all that stuff.
No, Preacher, that was Velocity.
And I didn't want to breed
Preacher,
that stuff.
Preacher, get that. Good girl, Velocity.
It was so good.
Velocity, you're good, girl. Preacher, get back. Preacher, get back.
You guys, go away with your nasty mouths.
Preacher. Quit being selfish, Preacher.
Preacher does not care. He will straight eat it.
He took it out of Velocity's mouth earlier. Get back. Preacher! I said get back. Preacher! Dude, you stole it again. Rude. Preacher! Get back!
I had some dogs that were from game dog lines, but most of my dogs were very just like I think that
from a weight bowling.
Thank you, Eddie. I think that people call the lines that I was working with now bully dog lines, but at the time they weren't. That's not what they were considered. The bully dogs at the time were these like...
Oh, Blondie's put away. I already gave them all the steak. I'm sorry.
Bully dogs at the time were these like kind of short, really, really thick dogs. They weren't like the XL bullies. That's not what they were called. So I wasn't breeding like... I'm going to say this. I wasn't breeding like real pit bulls, as in actual game dogs. But I'll be honest, at the time, I didn't know that. Unfortunately, when I was breeding, social media wasn't the way it is now, where information was readily available.
Y'all had MySpace.
You had to join like game dog forums in order to find out about game dogs. And so I bought what I believed were really great dogs. My dogs came off of champion weight pull dogs, but later on I found out that I found out the history of them, which is that they're basically like Mastiff crosses. But they still weren't, like, the bully dog was its entirely different thing. I know they're all grouped together now, but they weren't at the time. And so bully dogs were these like non-functional, just like show dogs that were super obese and just like super short and wide and big old heads, big round heads. And so anyway, so I found out later, like it took people, oddly enough, contacting me through my sales posts and basically being like originally I would get attacked for it. Those are not real pit bulls. And because of the hostility at which they would come at me, I would kind of just ignore it. But after a while, I actually, oddly enough, ended up being friends with the guy who owned Chevy Red Dog. So Spalding Chevy Red Dog.
Isn't that where you got?
No. And he told me the story of how that dog was bred and his lineage. And he even said that he wasn't supposed to have papers. I don't even know how they got papers on them through the ADBA, but they did. And that's how those, I had like Chevy line dogs. So anyway, I call them pit bulls because, it's just a frame of like easy linguistics, you know what I mean? Were they true? Like, and I'll say this, like when you say pit bull, most people don't even know what a real pit bull is. I can tell you, I know what a game dog is. But most people, they see a big, I get people asking all the time if my Corso are pit bulls. So it's just easier to say that I bred pit bulls. But I'm not in any type of delusion as to the fact that my dogs were not true pit bulls in the sense that they were not game dogs. They were not pure game dog lines. Having said that, a lot of people, even in the game dog world, would admit that not even game dog pit bulls were purebred. A lot of them had whippet in them and other types of terriers. So
you even had terriers for a little bit, right? You had
yeah. So when people get really upset about the whole like purebred thing, whatever, blah blah blah, and truth be told, not even the game dogs were purebred in that sense. They would put other stuff in there, and that's just because they're breeding for a specific sport and they're breeding for results. They didn't care about that. That's why they did a lot of inbreeding and stuff like that. You'll hardly find dogs that are more inbred than a lot of the game dog lines, and most of them even had fake pedigrees. And I don't mean fake as in they weren't registered. I mean fake as in they wouldn't tell people the truth about what breedings they did because they didn't want for people. It's kind of like a recipe. Like you have this great recipe, and you don't want to tell people the ingredients of your recipe because then they'll have your recipe. It was the same thing with them. So there was a lot of that kind of stuff going on back then. So
I am starting the dessert, you guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna be delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making caramel.
Yep.
Brownies.
Mm. I think they're salted caramel cookies.
I don't know how y'all say it. Is it caramel or caramel?
Yeah, and it's called hanging papers. But yeah, I mean, it's done today in a lot of breeds, but it was really common then. Really common then. So the pit bull has always been a breed that's kind of had a lot of controversy in that area. You know what I mean? So,
2 eggs.
Does Savannah have a crush? No. No.
I haven't been in school.
No.
We're too far into the summer.
She's not allowed.
Do we even have eggs, Mom? Did you use all the eggs? Didn't you?
No, I didn't use them all. There should be one more thing in there.
Hey guys, Mom, used all the eggs.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I used all the eggs.
This morning. For eggs I don't even like eating.
I'm so sorry.
I can't make what I'm making now. I can't make anything now. You guys,
I'm really sorry, Savannah.
this makes me depressed. I can't make anything now. No dessert. Ugh, what time does this stupid place close? It's
Already
too
closed.
late. Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Good Lord, woman! You should have known this morning. You guys. I wonder if it's a substitute for eggs. I doubt it.
Do I think that it's do I think that it's the owners of the pit bulls? I would say so. When I went on those game dog forums, when I was finally doing my research, they used to get really mad at pet owners for taking pit bulls into dog parks because they saw it as a huge liability. If you were to read the stuff, in fact, I bet you those game dog forums are still up. You should Google game dog forum. And then when you're in the forum, go to the search bar and click and search dog park. And you'll see these people who believe in the real pit bull and how they talk about how irresponsible it is for people that own pit bulls to take them to dog parks and stuff.
We have agar, right?
Yeah, they believe that the dogs are bred with the instinct to want to fight, and even if they don't start the fight, they'll finish it. And they believe that that's why the reputation is so bad in the breed, that if people just stayed home with their dogs and trained their dogs, the pits wouldn't have the reputation that they do. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. But that's the kind of stuff that they would talk about. And I've had good and bad experiences. You know what I mean? So I think that with the right training, it can safely be done. But it takes being a very informed and educated dog owner to be able to do it. So.
No, that's cream of tartar. I don't think we have that around. Where? No, we don't.
Savannah's so mad, y'all. So mad at me. I made breakfast.
It wasn't like.
And I forgot that she was going to do this tonight. And I used up all the eggs. You should have told me no eggs, Savannah.
You would have been like, oh, it's just because you don't like my eggs. You need to eat breakfast.
I think Trinity is, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Gelatin, right?
Do we have gelatin?
I think we do. Underneath here. It says I can use gelatin. I do. Allah. I found it.
Nice. So you can use that instead of eggs?
I think so.
Wow.
Let's see how much I can use. Sorry, Enzo, that's probably mean to me.
Was that like a vegan thing?
Because vegans can't use eggs.
That's so cool.
Poop! 1 tablespoon. Did he just say poop? Unflavored gelatin in 1 tablespoon of cold water, or 15 grams.
What do I think about Victoria Stilwell? I don't think about her. Boom. Pretty much just like she doesn't think about me. So,
Slightly stiffer texture.
I did give, it makes it worse. I did give Preacher some raw egg this morning.
Woo, you guys. She gave him like a whole bowl of it. I remember now. Those are bad eggs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's an actress. Oh my God. Pied Piper, I'm so sorry.
What?
Thank you, Karma. I have a habit of checking the weather all the time here. I'm hopeful for rain, always. And I saw the UV index today was like extreme. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Also, we got hail the other day.
I don't hate you, Julian. Why would I hate you? I don't hate anybody. Not that I'm aware of. Do I hate anybody?
Yes.
Who do I hate?
I don't remember.
She doesn't remember.
Your haters?
I don't even hate my haters. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? I get not liking somebody. I don't get like trolling them.
Look at that. Look at that.
I did a whole video on
Victoria?
On littermate syndrome. I'm not going to give my opinion on 12 Titans. I don't give my opinion on kennels.
They've been asking that repeatedly throughout this entire live stream after many people telling them that we don't answer questions.
Let's see here. Yeah, seriously, Shay, I'm the same way. Like, actually, that's not, I think there's like, no, I don't even hate her.
Who?
My mom. Yeah, I can't think of anybody that I hate. Hate requires like such strong emotions. And I kind of get over stuff, you know what I mean? I may not like a person. I may decide that a person's no good and mind my own business and leave them alone, but I typically don't hate them because to hate somebody takes a lot of energy. Like you have to like be thinking about them. They have to be like on your mind. You know what I mean? And like I don't waste my time thinking about people that I don't like. I'm not going to give them the time of day. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to waste my brain space on it. I'm with you, Eddie. I'm too lazy to hate people.
This isn't dissolving like it should.
Thank you, Alana.
Isn't it supposed to dissolve?
I don't know if you did it right. Follow the instructions. I've never heard of a gargoyle bulldog, but somehow in my mind I can't imagine that we need another bulldog. We have the Old English Bulldog, the English Bulldog. We have another one, some guy's name, that Bulldog. Alfalfa Blue Blood Bulldog. Good God. Yeah, the Renaissance Bulldog. What's the one that's just the guy's name?
A French Bulldog?
No. Behind me, I guess it was Velocity. Do I like Border Collies? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't own one because it's not my style. I'm not a fan of the temperament, but I mean, I totally get, what their purpose is.
I remember our old neighbors had Border Collies, and they were crazy. Not crazy, but they had high energy. And they had them as like.
I bet you that the reason why the alfalfa blue blood bulldogs are a mess is because of the Merle gene. It is such a tricky gene that in order to breed dogs with the Merle gene, you really need to be doing genetic color testing on every single dog that you own, and when you want to breed them, because a dog can have such a tiny speck of Merle that you wouldn't even see it, and if you breed two Merle together, it's a hot mess. They end up with deafness, blindness, all kinds of issues.
That kind of looks like eggs.
It's really bad. Yep, looks good to me.
You guys, I might have found a good alternative. Good job, vegans.
Yeah, Chloe, that's what I'm talking about. The double Merles, when you breed two Merles together, super dangerous. Super dangerous. Usually you can tell because they have a lot of white. So if you're like, see a dog, like there's that breeder of the, what do they call them? The North American Mastiff. Oh my God, people are paying so much money for those dogs. And I was like looking and I was like, oh God, this is another disaster just waiting to happen.
Flour, baking powder, and salt.
Yeah, there's too many people breeding dogs that are not educated, unfortunately. A lot of people try to breed dogs to make money, and they just want to get two dogs and breed them. And they know people love Merle, so I'm sure that without even researching, without nothing, they just buy two Merle dogs and breed them. And I guarantee you it happens a lot. And it's just, it's a really dangerous situation. And I don't know that there's anything that can be done about it, because dogs suffer because of it. Big time they suffer. It is such a big issue when they're born with that stuff. And the same people that are doing it when they have puppies like that, they just drop them off at the shelter. You know what I mean? They're not going to do the right thing. It's really sad. That's why I think a lot of breeds, they don't allow Merle in to the breed, not because they don't like it, but I think because it's too much of a liability. Most people just can't do it. So breeding blues to blue. It's kind of a controversial subject. I have friends that claim that it's not a problem. But you can't deny the fact that whenever you see a lot of Demodex, it's actually involving dogs that are heavily bred on dilute. So blue is considered a dilute color, and it is a recessive gene. Before they knew more about it, they used to call it blue dog disease in Dobermans. So I don't do it. I think it's risky. Do other people do it? Yeah. Am I going to judge them for it? Sometimes. Depends on the person. I have really good friends that are very intelligent that swear that it's what they say is that the difference is, like, for example, Preacher's mother is a blue dog with brown eyes, and even
feel that, like, remix that.
Even Velocity.
It feels like eggs, but doesn't. It's weird.
Even Cashmere had brown eyes. So most blue dogs, like pit bulls and stuff, have blue eyes. And what he was saying is that you don't want to breed blue dogs that have blue eyes together. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. I still don't take the risk either way. It's not worth it to me because the only benefit to breeding two blue dogs together is that the majority of the offspring will be blue. And I'm not a color breeder. I don't care if I produce a whole litter of blues or not. So I don't do it, but you know, I'm not in control of what other people do with their own kennels. Why do people think that I'm a backyard breeder? Because there are people that don't like me and they go around spreading that information. So yes, Merle is dangerous. Yep. Let me see here. So, who is my favorite dog in my pack?
Probably Preacher.
Yeah, I would say Preacher. He and I have a very close bond. He was my first Corso. So we're very close. What's the book that you recommend for structure? One of them is called Structure and Action, and the other one is called An Eye for a Dog. No, I will not do DNA testing on my dogs. They don't carry the Merle gene, so I'm not worried about it. In the event that they come up with a test for like serious health problems in our breed, then I will. Like if they ever come up with a test for like, you know, like they haven't identified a gene for epilepsy in our breed, but if they ever did, I would test my dogs. Just to be sure, but other than that, no.
It's more like a bread dough than anything. I might have to add some water to it.
Do I want any more American line Corso? If the dog was good, I'd buy it. I don't care. It would need to be a good dog, but I have American lines in my kennel already, so. Let me see here. In fact, I'm actually importing a dog that actually has some American lines as well.
Oh, thank God, it's finally starting to look like ink. Blondie, quiet
that
down.
dog, ZZ Top, has American lines.
Did you ever
he has both.
Did you ever tell them the funny thing you found out about Pascal's team?
Huh?
About how there's a dog in his line?
Yeah.
See, that's starting to look like like the batter, right?
Yep. It's 11:47 here.
You guys, without eggs, at least I was able to get this. I know I'm cooking in a big old pot like this, but you guys can see, kind of looks like dough. I mean, it's thick, but it just means they'll be a little bit dense. Sorry.
Yep. It just takes. This is for a curious spoon. How do I manage to keep my dogs off leash in public? You have to put in the time. So I mean, I'm not even if I don't put in the time Not even like my own dogs will behave themselves. Like Preacher does because I've put in a lot of time with him. But it's all about the time you put in.
We've got some other dogs too that'll do it.
Mama Swag. The hip testing went very well. All the hips look good. It'll be interesting to see how good they are. I think that Trinities are going to be like really good. So, you know, the thing about the puppies that are out of Preacher and Cashmere, they have like rock solid hips. The only dog that I've tested out of them that didn't have 90 percentile hips was Blondie. Everybody else has had just like the genetics for hip health in those dogs is rock solid. You know what I mean? Rock solid. And hers look really good. So we'll have to see what they are measurement wise, but I'm willing to bet they're going to be really super good. So good night, Julian. So what made me want to start YouTube? So when I started my kennel, I just set up social media, and a lot of other breeders have social media. A lot of breeders have YouTube accounts for their dogs. And so, in fact, like many other breeders have had YouTubes for years longer than me. And so I set up my YouTube as a way of just, you know, when you set up your social media, you set up your social media. So I set up my Facebook, my Instagram, and my YouTube. I never thought that it would catch on the way that it has. I didn't set it up with that intention. But you know, it did, and I'm very thankful for it. So,
all right, guys.
Thank you, Cole.
This is the big old test. That's gonna be scary, but oh well. Here, it's up to you. Be careful, baby. Come here.
Bro.
Baby, I'm sorry. I just gave him a kiss today.
You better put that bird to bed. He is past his bedtime. He is very sleepy. Poor baby. Poor baby.
All right, 25 minutes. We'll see what happens. Siri, set up a timer for 25 minutes.
Thank you, Mysterious. I'm not sure what you mean by having two puppies being green.
Green? I don't know what that means.
I don't know that was me.
Green? Mean? Do you mean mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to work for a business management company. In the marketing, in fact, I ran the marketing department. So, and then once I still did it with my YouTube channel. And then eventually my YouTube channel got so big that I couldn't do my job and that, because my job was very demanding and I had to basically choose one or the other. And my job I wasn't making as much money at my job. And so I took a risk. I think it's always a risk when you start your own business, which is exactly what YouTube is. And
that doesn't mean you should start a YouTube channel before and then quit your job before it gets successful.
Yeah, you always want to wait. You know what I mean? You want to wait until I waited to the last minute. I pretty much had to go to my boss and be like, look, I thought I could do this and I can't. You know what I mean? I was going to do both. I saw no reason not to. Why not double the money? You know what I mean? And I thought, oh, it's just you think to yourself, oh, it's just a 10-minute video, right? Every day. But it isn't. And there's time and effort that goes into it, and you have to actually have content. And you have to be able to go places and do things, and so.
And you didn't get home until like 5 every day. Too.
Yeah, and for a long time, I still actually like, while I didn't go into work there, I still worked for them like on contract. So like whenever they needed me to do something, I worked, because they didn't have anybody in marketing. But then eventually they hired somebody.
They hired my cousin.
So my best dog structure wise is gonna be, right now I would say Nirvana. You guys, quiet down. After that, I would say. I would say probably right now, like as in their structure right now, probably Vitani. After that, Valak. And then like Batista. Preacher would be after that. Anyway, I'm losing track now.
I just have to cook straight. Should I put him up while I'm cooking this?
Yeah, the birds are quiet at night. Yeah. What?
Should I put the bird away while I'm cooking this carrot
sauce?
sauce?
Yeah, I'm telling you,
he's gonna burn.
He needs to go to bed, Savannah. I try to tell you, he's tired. How do I plan on transporting all my animals and belongings? So
you'll probably sell a bunch of your belongings.
Yeah, I probably won't take a bunch of my belongings because I plan on. Hopefully, I'll get a cabin, and I really don't think a lot of my stuff will even match with a cabin. But having said that, I'll figure it out. Probably have my family kind of go with me, something like that. We'll figure it out. Let's see here. Yeah, Preacher has been a champion now for a while. I sent him up to Maryland with a handler, and he was championed. And so
so people can be so sensitive.
So anyway, yeah, so he's championed. I'll say, you guys know, stop it, quiet down. So I'll tell you something that I think is funny. So I saw this, I had a subscriber send me some screenshots of an Instagram account that likes to make up lies about me. Savannah, can you tell them to be quiet?
Yeah.
And they were basically mad at me for not championing all of my dogs before breeding. But they will talk about how Preacher is a champion and how and then they'll say they'll even accuse me of I guess riding his success or something like that. I don't know. But what's funny to me is these same people will say that that breeding a dog that isn't a champion is wrong. And yet, as though it's irresponsible, right? And yet Preacher comes from a breeder that doesn't show her dogs. Bless you. And that has never shown her dogs, nor the breeder before that had her dogs. So there isn't a champion in Preacher's line for maybe 30 or 40 years. Hey, quiet down, Matt Mordigan. Hush. So anyway, my thing is if having a champion dog is so important, why was Preacher able to champion so quickly? You know what I mean? That boggles my mind how they don't realize that. And I guess the biggest thing for me too is that these people fail to realize that the Cane Corso was developed before dog shows. So dog shows did not make the Corso. So why would a dog being an AKC champion have anything to do with whether or not a dog is breed quality today? If it wasn't what created the breed that we love in the first place, why would it be the determining factor now? Like, who died and made them the arbiters of justice who determine the rules of what makes a dog breed quality or not? I would love for somebody to explain that to me, because and the funny thing is a lot of these people aren't even breeders, which is the funny thing. But the only reason that I even support dog shows is because it shows that you are invested in the breed. You're not just taking the lazy way out. The only reason that I don't show every single dog that I have, like some breeders that I know, not all breeders, but some breeders that I know, is because I think that is unethical. I believe that you should show your best dogs. You can take a dog and you can show them for years and it'll take you forever, but you can put a championship title on it. You can make it a champion. But to me, it's kind of like, you know how they talk about how like these days, like how they give everybody trophies, whether you win or lose, everybody gets a trophy. And it's like, well, then why, like, what is the value of having a trophy then? You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see championing every single dog you have that maybe even isn't even that nice of a dog. To me, you should only put out your best of the best, your best dogs. You know what I mean? And that's what I plan to do. I'm not just going to stick every single dog that I own out there in a dog show. Having said that, originally, I didn't even support dog shows. A lot of people know there's a lot of politics in it. It's not always about the best dog. And a lot of times it's about the handler, which is why I paid for a handler that is well known. You know what I mean? I didn't just go to some nobody. And I just think people put a lot of value on it when I don't think that value is actually there. I just don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't. And I'm saying that as somebody who has a champion dog. But you don't see me going around being like, oh, Preacher's a champion. He's like so much better than all these other non-champions. Like, I'm not gonna say that. Would Preacher be any less of a champion had I not championed him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just logically, like when I think about it, it doesn't make sense. I think that people don't think. They get an idea, they decide that that's right, or maybe like the community like pressures them and they're like, okay, everybody believes this, so I'm going to believe this too because I want everybody to like me. And they just go with it and they don't ever think about it again. And I am not like that. I'm a thinker. So could I spend the money and champion every single dog that I own? Absolutely. Yes, I could. Do I believe that that's the right thing to do? No. Am I going to do it just because people want me to do it? No, I'm not going to. I will champion my nicest dogs. Like I'll champion Nirvana. I'll probably champion Vitani and Valak. Thank you, Eddie. Liberty's gone. Liberty didn't pass her health testing. She didn't have the best tips. So anyway, you know, I don't know. The breeding world is very weird. It's very weird. It's like, instead of having like a camaraderie, it's like a rivalry. Everybody wants to fight and point the finger and blame and say, you know, this and that. And what I find to be the most interesting is that people get mad at me when I talk about problems in the breeding world, even if I don't mention a breeder by name, but yet they badmouth me by name literally on the daily. Like, I get so mad when people send me screenshots and stuff, because it's like, oh my God, like I'm like their reality TV show. They never stop talking about me. I'm surprised that they are not tired of hearing about me. I'm tired of hearing about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get how they don't get bored of it, to be honest with you. And but if I acted like they did, if I called all of them out by name, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. And I don't. You know what I mean? I literally don't, but I find it to be so interesting. So, yeah. Let's see here. Rhino will not, it's a weird situation. They're not allowing him to be adopted by the public right now. We don't even know if they will allow him to be adopted at all. We don't know. So it's a really sad situation. Good night, Pied Piper. So let's see here. I will not rehome Preacher for sure. How are Mad Mortigan's hips? They were good. We looked at them. We did pin hip on them. They're good. They're definitely good. Yeah, Devora, yes. That's one thing I can definitely attest to. They go to shows so they can sell their puppies for a higher price. That's true. That's definitely true. Although I will say there's plenty of breeders out there, like bully dog breeders, this and that don't show their dogs at all, and they get a lot of money for their dogs. But yeah, I mean, you know, and that is a thing. Like, if you want to be competitive, you do want to show your dogs at least some. And I will say, like, a lot of breeders are not open and transparent like I am, and they have more dogs than what you would know. Like, most people have no idea how many dogs breeders have. You know what I'm saying? Not like me, you know how many I have. But most people, they'll show you a couple dogs, like maybe they're on their Facebook and they'll show a dog and they'll talk about that dog. But you don't really know how many dogs they have behind the scenes, right? Unless you go to their house and you look in their kennels and see how many dogs they have. You probably don't know how many dogs they have. So it's very common for people to not show every single dog they have. It's just that I'm open and transparent, so I'm an easy target because of it. Let's see here. Yeah, King Dwayne, that's true. So, the salad dressing, it's so good. You have to try it. It's John the Greek. Let me see if you can see it. John the Greek. It's really good.
Caramel sauce is looking so cool.
It's no sugar. It's olive oil, soybean oil, vinegar, salt, garlic, and spices.
I like how they just say spices. They're like, you won't know what spices we use.
So, no, I haven't taken Valak or Vitani to a dog park. Unfortunately, with the COVID thing, we haven't really been out. So, yeah, it's true. A lot of breeders won't let you go to their home. And even if they do, like, a lot of them won't let you, like, back into the kennels and stuff like that.
They'll just bring dogs out.
Yeah, I actually went to a really good breeder friend of mine's house. Not Reese, but they have quite a few dogs, and like I've never even seen all the dogs they have. You know what I mean? Because they have some dogs in the front, and then they have like back kennels, and I've never even seen all their dogs. So, and I think that there is a reason for that. Like, unfortunately, a lot of animal rights extremists they will like basically try to like, you know, like you guys know, your dog has to go to the bathroom multiple times a day. You know what I mean? And typically people that run kennels, they might go out twice a day. They'll go out in the morning, then they go out in the evening and they clean it up. But if you come out there in midday and there's a pile of poop and you take a little picture with your cell phone and be like, oh God, the kennels aren't clean. You know what I'm saying? So I think the breeders have a bit of like a PTSD, and they don't really want to bring people into their kennels and stuff like that. So
can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you bring me the cream? I gotta make sure this is straight.
Yeah. No, my dogs have not had heartworm ever.
Oh, I'm sore.
Which one? The heavy or the light? You don't even know.
It just says cream. Let me see. Hold on.
La creme.
It says
Here's your
heavy
light.
cream.
Okay, here's your heavy.
Look at that. Look at it.
Looks good, girl. All right. Let's see here. Now that Blondie's alpha, I really just don't find myself going to dog parks a lot with females that have been bred. I live in the Central Texas area, very close to Austin, and we go to Austin dog parks, and there's a lot of hatred towards breeders. In fact, to be honest with you, I can't really think of a job that is hated more than being a breeder. When people see a female dog that has nursed puppies, like
either they'll ask you if you rescued it and think
first they ask you like, oh, did you rescue her? Like, did you save her from a breeder? Like, it's in their eyes, there's no such thing as a good breeder. I think that they believe that dogs come from storks. I don't know. So yeah.
That's fun. Oh, super bubbly.
Be careful. Let me see here. But she's making caramel sauce right now.
Caramel. Ooh, hot steam. Ooh, I can't touch that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't be a breeder and have people like you. And what's funny is in Europe, it actually wasn't like that. The places that I went to in Europe were not like that. But in America, yeah, absolutely. People hate you for it. And like I said, it's funny because I don't know where people expect to get their dogs from. Like, you know, you can rescue dogs, absolutely, but not everyone has the personality or the lifestyle to be able to rescue a dog. They're not always easy. You know what I mean? A lot of them have not had training. They haven't necessarily had. It's kind of like saying that nobody should have children. Everybody should just adopt. The problem is that not everybody is suited for adopting kids. You know what I mean? It's maybe a baby, but you mean, how many times do you go to the shelter and there's just itsy bitsy little 8-week-old puppies ready for you? You know what I mean? It's usually not the case. They're usually older dogs that lack training, that lack socialization, that probably didn't get a good start in life. And you need to be capable of handling those dogs. Otherwise, you risk doing more harm, right? Like what happened with the Corso Rhino. You know what I mean? If he got adopted by people that had no business adopting a dog, literally no business. They didn't know what they were doing, and they made a mess. So the idea that everybody should rescue is to me, it's irresponsible, because not everybody has the skills to rescue dogs. That's just the truth. Good night, Shay.
Cupcakes are about to be done. They look okay, I guess. They look like they're sinking in the middle. Do you see that? They look like they're sinking in. That's weird. Hello.
Yeah, on the stacking. Yeah. So we have a stacking box that we use to help stack them. Yeah. Yeah. A curious spoon. It's true. I think it's ironic how a lot of people that are against breeders are often getting the result of backyard breeders' dogs. You know what I mean? People that don't care, that are just breeding dogs for money, and they sell the dogs to whoever, and they don't have anything in their contract about not taking the dog to the shelter. And then whatever, things don't work out, whatever, you know, like in Rhino's case, the dog was eating the furniture. And then they take the dog to the shelter, and now all of us are trying to clean up that mess. You know what I mean? Well, it's really good. Good job. High five. Yeah, I think it's just interesting. I'm not against rescue, obviously. I even used to volunteer at rescues.
We even gave them food, dog food.
Yeah, we've donated a lot of food to them. But the truth is that when you go to a rescue, you are ending up with a dog that was most likely very irresponsibly bred. That's just the truth. So, Anna, yeah, it's unfortunate. They may very well be getting scammed. That's sad.
Who?
The
people that are donating?
Yeah, push. That's true. I will say here in the country, people don't judge for breeding. It is funny. It is very like, it's an elitist kind of city folk thing. It's pretty funny. I think it's kind of the same way that like a lot of people are like vegan, or like, not to say that you can't be vegan and like and not hate a farmer, but a lot of them do. But yet they don't realize that having the ability to eat that way is a convenience. It's not possible for everybody. Like people in the Arctic can't be vegan. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but yeah, I mean, so yeah. Will Enzo get jealous? I don't think so, because he's bonded to Savannah.
And I won't be bonding with him.
And
I know how many people are like,
so yeah, I don't think so.
People are like, what is Savannah bonds with Monster? I won't.
Yeah, Matt Mortigan's temperament is amazing. It's awesome.
Whoa,
he's a really cool dog. Thank you, King. So yeah, and shelters for sure. I used to volunteer at an animal. It was like a clinic where we did low-cost spay and neuter, and we worked with a lot of rescues. And what was funny to me was I couldn't even work in like an animal clinic anymore, because like the vet techs were so catty and they gossiped so much. And like one lady with a rescue would come up. I think there was like this Rottweiler rescue, I remember. And when she drove up and they're like, oh my God, it's her. It's blah, blah, blah. You know, it was such a, like for people that are supposed to be working together for a common cause, there sure was a lot of dissension and like and hate and stuff like that, and judgment. And they were just such nasty, mean people, judgy, mean people. And I just didn't want to work there anymore. They weren't even mean to me. I was really quiet, and I was like I was very young, and I was just trying to be very helpful and stuff like that. But for sure, like they look really good. But yeah, for sure, like it was a very toxic environment. Very toxic environment. So oh, I appreciate it, King. I really do.
This looks like caramel sauce too, right?
Oh yeah. Y'all, she did a good job today, y'all.
Caramel sauce. Well, guys can look at one of the cupcakes, I guess, or I'll show you. Well, no, it's too hot. I can't.
Yeah, Devora, that's exactly how it is here. That's exactly how it is here. It's all about the people. They all hate each other. It's so petty that I know handlers that have shown other people's dogs just to get dirt on other people that they knew. Like, they will literally be friends just to get information on other people. It's so weird. And they'll sabotage each other. Like they'll run a dog up into another person. You know what I'm saying? Like the person in front of them, they'll run the dog up to kind of freak the dog out. It is so petty that, and like I said, it's not really even about the dogs. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is. Some very small shows, things like that. But but yeah, a lot of it is politics. In fact, like dog show attendance has gone down a lot. And I was on this dog show group. I think I'm still on it, but I don't get notifications anymore. I turned them off for this dog show group on Facebook. Huge dog show group, not breed specific. And they were wondering, like, they asked a question like, what do we have to do to get more people to come to dog shows? And I was really curious, right? Because I hadn't been to a dog show at that point, but I had heard enough about politics in it to make me not want to go, right? Because you know how it is, like you hear rumors about things and you just assume when you hear it enough that it's true. And so I made this anonymous poll with this like free poll maker online. And I put like all the reasons why. So like one of them was like financial, like it's too expensive. Another one was like, same thing, was like politics and like travel, things like that, right? Too confusing. And overwhelmingly, people said it was politics why they weren't going. And I wish that, I don't know they could do anything about it. I don't know how they would address it, but I wish that they would realize that that they're killing the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like when you create such a toxic environment that people don't want to be in it, you're only hurting yourself. You know what I mean? So anyway, no, is it comma? No, I breed on the second heat so long as they don't go into heat early. So typically Corso don't go into heat till they're around a year. Earliest is usually 9 months. With Belladonna, she actually went into heat at 7 months. So she was actually bred on her third heat. So
Or will be.
yeah, she'll be bred tomorrow. So anyway, so yeah, so she'll be bred on her third heat because she went into heat early. No, I personally don't believe in breeding a female earlier than, like, I would say that from the point of conception, 15 months, because you have to understand that they're pregnant for 2 months, right? So by the time they actually go through the process of having the puppies, typically around 17 to 18 months old. There are a lot of science and studies on this. In fact, if you Google Dr. Hutchinson, the reproductive specialist, there was actually a very recent webinar that was done through Good Dog that talked about this, why it's important to breed your females earlier, not later. So anyway, so from what he said, the whole reason why people started breeding at 2 years of age was because OFA used to be the only way to get your dog's hips and elbows tested. And they used to test early, but then they found that their testing was unreliable, which it still is, mind you. But they changed it to 2 years of age. So basically, people didn't want to breed their dogs before they got the health testing done. And so they had to wait till the dog was 2 years of age to do it. That's where that comes from. It's not because some people will say it's a maturity issue, but, you know, I personally haven't found that to be true. I haven't had any issues with any of my dogs thus far being good mothers. as long as it's been a normal birth, you know what I mean? And back when I was breeding pit bulls, it was even earlier because pit bulls go into heat very early. They go into heat at 6 months because they're smaller dogs, 6 months, and then again at a year. And it was very standard to breed at a year old. So, so would you do that with a Corso? No, because Corso are bigger. They take longer to mature. So, so they're bred later, and they don't even go into heat earlier. The body knows. That's why the body is later. So, so anyway, so yeah, I mean, there are people that say 2 years. Heck, I've seen people say 3 years of age because, I mean, technically, you know, they're not done completely growing until they're 3 years of age. So if you're going to say that you want to wait till they're full grown, well, then really you should wait till they're 3. But unfortunately, at 4 years of age, a female starts to lose reproductive health. It's like a 40-year-old woman. They literally start to lose it. Studies have shown this. In fact, Dr. Hutchinson talks about this. So he says in the science shows it's better to breed earlier, retire them younger, than it is to wait and breed them later, and then you're breeding them when it's high risk. It's like trying to have children when you're 40 and 50 years old. It doesn't make any sense. Not from a scientific standpoint, it doesn't. So, so let's see. Would I ever put my dogs through protection training? No. I'm not against it in the sense that if you want to do that with your dog, do whatever you want with your dog. But I would do Cal too with my dog. But I wouldn't put them through like Schutzhund or anything. I don't know that I'm going to breed Misha. I don't know that I will. What's my best guard dog line? All my dogs are good protectors. All my dogs are. I will say that my dogs that are from Europe, the difference between America and Europe is that if you want to champion a dog in like Italy, your dog has to have a working title to be able to champion as a show champion. So there is no such thing as working lines versus show lines over there. They have to be able to do both. In America, you don't have to do both. The difference is that in America, they don't typically do Cal 2. They do IPO. And so for me, I only want to test the dog's like natural instinct with no training. I just want to be sure that the dog is genuinely a family protector. But as far as that, for me, it's not important. I don't have the time. Maybe if I had my dogs in kennels and they weren't with me all the time, and I, you know, like I didn't have to focus on them and stuff like that, then maybe I would do more in that regard. But I don't know. I probably, I really enjoy my dogs. So I like having them around. So I think even if I had kennels, which I will someday, I still would have my dogs out with me. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, yeah. Cal 2 is a test. It's like a temperament test, basically. So, what are the breeding guidelines for my males? That they have a good temperament, that they have good health testing. Preferably you want a dog with good structure, but I will say that like, so when you purchase from, like when I purchase from breeders over in Europe, they're not, from what I've seen, they don't do a lot of repeat breeding like Americans do. In fact, the person that I bought Batista from, which is also where I got my Mortigan and this new female, she never repeats a breeding ever. She won't do it. So when they do a breeding, it's because they want something off that breeding. So you'll never get the best dog out of one of their litters. And so the goal is to get those genetics, right? Like just because your dog doesn't look as good as their dog doesn't mean that your dog won't produce dogs as good as their dog, right? So what you're really purchasing are the genetics. Like Batista, he's actually gotten a lot better. He's a puppy still. He's literally only 1.5 years old. So there's no telling how good he'll end up. But, you know, like even if he didn't end up being like as good as his father, for me, it doesn't matter because I know I didn't get the best out of that litter. You know what I mean? I'm just lucky to get those genetics. That's just the truth. And then I have to use those genetics and get what I can out of it. And so just because you purchase a dog, like for example, right? I'm purchasing a female out of a male named ZZ Top, big show dog over there. And so I got very lucky that I'm really good friends with the breeder, and she let me pick the best female out of the litter. There are 2 other females. She kept the male, which is phenomenal. And I got to keep the best female. And the only reason why is because she didn't do a repeat of the breeding, but she has ZZ Top's. That's too much. Oh, she has ZZ Top's full brother and did a breeding with the same female. So it's not an exact repeat of the breeding, but genetically it's the same. And she already has a female, so she didn't need.
Don't touch it.
So she didn't need. No, she didn't need.
You guys look at that. It's so good.
She didn't need to keep like the best female out of that litter. So I got really lucky. But there are 2 other females in that litter that, in my opinion, are not as good as the female that I got. They're good in their own way, but I think that my female is the better one. But does that mean that the other females won't produce puppies as good as mine? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't. They very well will produce puppies as good as the one that mine will produce from. The idea is that you breed the best that you can breed. And sometimes you get the genetics. You know, sometimes you don't get the structure, you get the genetics, right? Because you know the structure's there. Maybe your dog didn't get it. Maybe your dog doesn't have that fancy angulation, but it's in the lines. You know what I'm saying? So with Batista, he doesn't have the super angulated rear that I thought he would have. But you know what? It's in his genetics. He will produce it. So that's just the unfortunate reality when you're dealing with big breeders. They're not going to sell you their best dogs. You know, what you're really purchasing are the genetics, the ability to produce that level of dog. You may not be able to buy it from them, but at least if you work hard, you'll be able to produce it. And then it's up to you to be able to recognize it when you do produce it, to keep it and to maintain it by consistently producing dogs like that and keeping dogs like that and breeding dogs like that over generations and generations. That's how you get consistency.
Matt Morgan, quiet down.
Good night, Lucid Dreamer. Greetings, Oliver. Let me see here. Good night, Joanna. Yeah, it's a late night. Luckily, it's a weekend. She's almost done, she said. A curious spoon. No, I haven't had any pack members hate each other to the point of having to rehome them. My dogs are not allowed to feel that strongly about each other. They have to get along, whether they like it or not. So how much do I health test my dogs? I do hips and elbows because that's what I believe is important for our breed. Funny story, there was a breeder recently who not a lot of breeders do much more than hips and elbows, but this breeder she had done cardiac testing twice on her dog. And keep in mind that cardiac testing isn't something that lasts for the lifetime of the dog. All you're doing is seeing whether or not that dog has a heart problem at that time. Okay. So this female had already been bred, I think 3 times, and she had been cardiac tested twice and died of cardiac arrest at 4 years of age.
Well, it's not really a funny story.
It's not a funny story, but it's like there are people that try to shame other people for not doing all this testing, but the reason that people don't do that testing is because it really doesn't mean anything. If your dog has a problem at that time, then sure, yeah, definitely it helps, but it isn't a predictor of health for your dog. Your dog may not have a heart problem when it went in, but it doesn't mean it's not going to develop it. Same thing with the eyes. So it's just one of those things where if you really wanted it to matter, you would have to literally do it yearly, and some people would even say every 6 months. And then what do you do whenever you've bred that dog, and then when it's 4 years old, it actually gets a heart problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the answer to that? You know what I'm saying? So we personally, and I guess the thing is that, that breeder that lives in Croatia, we were talking about it. She's the one who sent me the screenshot of it where we were just talking about it. It's like a waste of money. In Europe as in Croatia, Serbia, Italy, all you will ever see is hips and elbows testing. Hips and elbows. That's all they do over there. And that's what we believe in. That's what we do too. So that's what a health guarantee is for. Because like I said, even you can do all the testing in the world, and it's not a predictor of health. It's not a preventative. And by the time that these things show themselves, the dog's already been bred. You know what I mean? So, all you can do is try your best and try to breed the best dogs that you can breed. Try to breed as healthy of dogs as you can, and avoid lines that like if that there's been a bunch of dogs in a pedigree that have died of congestive heart failure, then it's something to avoid possibly. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I have an announcement. Hold on, actually.
No, there will not be any tension between the breeding males just for that. There is tension when females are in heat, absolutely. But after they're out of heat, it's fine.
It's crumbling. It's crumbling.
Cochina, what are you doing?
It's crumbling. Here, Mama, hold on.
Oh my goodness. Are you gonna give me a plate? Girl, I'm so tired. I'm so tired, y'all. I'm so glad this is done so I can go to bed.
Want to see them? I'll bring them over for you guys.
They
don't look great, but that's just caramel on top of them. It looks like ketchup on the screen, but they're good, I promise. I hope they are.
Unfortunately, we didn't have eggs.
Yeah, so there's whatever it's called in it.
That's not bad. Thank you, Eric. Do I know any good shepherd breeders? Not personally. But my best friend Reese might. She met a guy at her vet that is actually, because our hip testing is so bad over here, as far as like OFA is concerned, a lot of people are sending their hips to Europe to actually be graded over there, which is really cool.
Guys, this is really good. It's very sweet though.
Let me see here. Is his father Django Unchained? No, I don't have Django in my pedigrees. The yard looks great. My grass is coming in. I'm so happy. I don't think I'll be breeding dachshunds. Do I know of any purebred pit bull breeders? Thank you, Juan. No, I used to always want a Colby dog. It was rumored that you could buy a dog from them. They used to have, I don't know if their website is still up, but I was always interested in a Colby dog. No. Batista's not square. Batista's pretty long, actually. He's really tall. So, like, I think that maybe people might think that, but I mean, like, Preacher is square. You know what I'm saying? Like, compare him to Preacher, and then you'll see he's not square. I'm glad to hear it, Joker. There's nothing better than rain when you've been in a drought.
Oh, Carol sent you those photos. I was like, who the heck is randomly texting you pictures of Cash?
Yep.
On Instagram.
Yeah. But so Preacher, the only dog he can breed with is Batani, and this new female that I have coming in from Europe. Savannah made, what do you call these?
Salted caramel cupcakes.
Salted caramel cupcakes.
You can't really see them very well, but they are good. I promise, they're good. They're good.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Oh, I woke up this morning. I totally spaced this. I woke up this morning and I was in bed.
What?
And I saw this ad on Instagram for macarons. They like shipped them to you.
What?
So I bought some macarons. I totally forgot about it until now. They're gonna show up at Jennifer's house.
Just give them to her then. You're like, here you go, Jennifer, because you know it.
So yeah. Let's see here. Preacher's almost 4.
How do I put these up? Do I just put them in the fridge?
Yeah.
Oh, I do?
Yeah. I like Batista too. He's a really good dog. He's got really great genetics.
Sorry, that was gross.
So yeah. My dogs don't care about thunder at all.
Nope.
At all.
Except for whenever it's really close to the house, they'll bark at it.
Let me see here.
No room for coffee tonight.
Who's older, Cashmere or Preacher? They're actually very similar in age.
Preacher.
The Preacher's older by like 6 months. I've actually taken my dogs to fireworks shows and stuff too.
We have videos on it.
So they don't even get freaked out about that.
I don't get a lot of views, but.
Yeah, Jody, Savannah is all about baking.
It's a stress reliever, you guys. Try it out sometime. Not that I'm stressed right now, just letting you know.
Nirvana is 6 months old now.
That's weird. I didn't need the light whipping cream for anything.
She's 6 months old now.
I don't know what I would have needed it for. I hadn't opened it. Bye, damn boy.
Yeah, when we get drought here in Texas,
It's bad.
It's bad.
Everybody stays inside.
Yeah, everyone stays inside.
Or they
everything dries up. When you walk on the ground, it sounds like
crispy.
it's crispy. Yeah, everything's crispy. And
I can't even imagine what it's like over in Arizona for you
everyone
guys.
gets mad, and then everything burns. Everything lights on fire and burns. It's
Last year we got pretty bad fires too.
yeah, it's so bad.
Not to mention the stupid people that throw out their lit cigarettes into the grass.
Yes, I definitely want to have horses. I don't know if I'll ride them, but I would like to offer. You know what I would love to do? I would love to like offer a home to like retired racehorses. When I was growing up, I loved Arabians because they're like so pretty and flashy, and like the black stallion. Oh my god! But as I got older, like I love like racehorses.
You know what's funny, Mama?
I think they're beautiful. I love their structure. I love the just effort that's gone into building them. You know, they're like finely tuned machines. And I know that a lot of times when they're done racing, sometimes people use them for stuff, but they're not, like, sometimes they're injured. And I would like to just be able to offer them, hey, that's enough of that. Matt Mortigan, that's enough. And I would like to be able to offer them green grass in pastures just to like chill. Matt Mortigan! Cut it out.
You know the horse war admiral, Mama?
Yeah.
Jennifer in her guest room, there's like a picture.
Yeah.
It like mentions war admiral or something. I don't know.
Matt Mortigan! Stop it. So dramatic.
Dramatica.
So dramatic. We had to put them up because
they will not.
We have to use the Ethernet cable, and they will knock it down. And my dogs are not all like happy about being kennelled because I have them out too much. You're spoiled rotten, you know that, Matt Mortigan. Anyway, but yeah, I love thoroughbreds, and like I said, I would love to be able to just offer them just a place to chill, run, be horses. I'll come out, give them some treats, rub them down. You know, I don't need to ride them. I just want to see them and get to be around them.
You guys, did you know we were so obsessed with horses when I was growing up?
He has been crying the whole live stream, yeah. Kara, I swear. He's such a mama's boy, I swear.
Growing up until like 3rd grade, I wanted to be a horse trainer, even though I had never touched a horse.
Yeah. Yeah, not an army, just a fan. Yeah. They yeah, it's really sad because on one end I really love racehorses, and on the other hand, it is a tragedy how they break down the way they do. I have mixed feelings about it. I do. I don't think that racing horses in general is wrong. I do think that a lot of the way that they do it now is wrong. You know what I mean? So, what is wrong with you, girl? Oh. Hey, Vitani, not okay. Can you let them out, Savannah Banana?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, anyway, I'm gonna head to bed, y'all. I'm tired. And I need to let. Hey, Batani, cut it out. I need to let my dogs out, and I don't want them to run into the cord. So I'm gonna end the stream. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you enjoyed our little surprise live stream. I hope I was able to answer your questions. And oh my goodness gracious. And yeah, so I will be uploading the video on Rhino, which is like a pack video tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, Pascal's awake. I gotta take care of my baby. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Bye.